Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to my movie vlog. My name's John Campea. As many of you are aware, there's been a lot of drama surrounding the MCU, Guardians of the Galaxy, and of course, its director, or former director, James Gunn. A number of tweets that James Gunn wrote nearly a decade ago were re-brought up. They are, of course, jokes told in really poor taste over some very nasty subjects that he just should never have done, suffering from idiot moron mouth at the time. He, of course, decided on his own that, hey, this isn't the way I want to act years ago and stopped doing those types of jokes. Later, somebody else brought those tweets up again. Alan Horn of Disney announced that Marvel had fired him, and that's where we sat. Now, since that time, some of the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy have put out some public statements looking like, but stopping short of showing full support for James Gunn, other than Dave Bautista, who's been very blatant in his support of James Gunn. But people like Zoe Saldana, Chris Pratt have said some pretty supportive things, but they have waited and kind of held back a little bit before releasing a full statement. Well, that full statement has now come out as the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy, including people like Chris Pratt, Dave Bautista, Zoe Saldana, Sean Gunn, of course, his brother, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, on, have now put out a single unified statement regarding the situation with James Gunn. And here's what they had to say. In their statement, I'll read this at length because it's worth noting. This is written, of course, by the entire cast, who wrote, "To our fans and friends, we fully support James Gunn. We are all shocked by his abrupt firing last week and have intentionally waited these 10 days to respond in order to think, pray, listen, and discuss. In that time, we've been encouraged by the outpouring of support from the fans and members of the media who wish to see James reinstated as director of Volume 3, as well as discouraged by those so easily duped into believing the many outlandish conspiracy theories surrounding him. Being in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie has been a great honor in each of our lives. We cannot let this moment pass without expressing our love, support, and gratitude for James. We are not here to defend his jokes of many years ago, but rather to share our experience having spent many years together on set making the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. The character he has shown in the wake of his firing is consistent with the man he was every day on set. And his apology now and from years ago when first addressing these remarks, we believe is from the heart, a heart we all know, trust, and love. In casting each of us to help him with this story of misfits who find redemption, he changed our lives forever. We believe the theme of redemption has never been more relevant than now." He goes on to say, or at least they go on to say, "Each of us looks forward to working with our friend James again in the future. His story isn't over, not by a long shot." Now, I'll skip over a bunch of the rest, but you can see there at the bottom, this statement is signed by Chris Pratt, Palm Clementif, Michael Rocker, Karen Gillan, Dave Bautista, Sean Gunn, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, blah, blah, blah. Basically, the entire cast of the movie has signed this statement. So we are now seeing that definitively, almost in an act of defiance to Disney, the cast of Guardians is coming out and publicly stating in no uncertain terms, we support James Gunn and we want him back to direct Guardians 3. Now, I've made my feelings on this situation known pretty well over the last number of days and how I feel about it. The important part here is, what do you guys think about this? Do you feel that this public statement made by the cast of Guardians, apparently in defiance of Disney, will have any effect? Can Disney now save face? Can they actually move ahead and hire another director for this film now that the entire cast has come out and said and signed that we want James Gunn back? It's an odd move by the actors, but I think it's a testimony to how much they love James Gunn and how much they believe in him as a director and how much they believe in him as a human being. It's going to be interesting to see how Disney moves forward on this. Now, I speculated some time ago that Disney may have always planned, again, this is just speculation on my part, that Disney may have always planned on bringing him back, that the plan was to first fire him to show that they take these matters seriously, but then later, maybe a month, maybe 2 months later, say, we have been consistently meeting with James, we've sat down with him, we feel he has truly changed from the person he was nearly 10 years ago, and we feel comfortable moving forward with him, and they bring him back on. I kind of have a speculation that the plan was always to fire him and then to bring him back on. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But this new statement by the actors does put Disney in a very awkward position. Because now, if you don't bring him back, it's going to be in defiance of what the actors said they want. Now, the studio's not there to serve the actors, I understand that, but this is a very unique situation that I can't recall ever seeing something like this before. Does Disney just then pull the plug on Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Do they bring James back? Do they defy the actors and hire another director on this point? It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. So the question I have for you guys here is this. What impact, if any, do you think this statement put out by all a unified Guardians of the Galaxy cast will have on Disney's decision? Do you think this will force Disney's hand to bring him back on? Do you think they always planned to bring him back on in the first place? Do you think this won't make any difference and they're just going to go ahead and hire a new director and make Guardians of the Galaxy 3 without James Gunn? I'm curious to know what you guys think. Jump down to the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, while you're here, why don't you take a second, click on that subscribe button, become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, simply @JohnCampea. That'll do it for me for now, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. My name's John Campea, and until the next video, bye-bye.